On this installment of Bituminouskole, it's a trip to Huron and Vermilion, Ohio. I had a family trip in July of 25. It spanned 5 days, which gave me some time to slip away and shoot some trains because I'm the early riser and the rest of the family, especially on a laid-back kind of trip like being in a cabin on the lake, they're not getting up early. Works out just fine. I'm not bothering them. They get to sleep in the way they like, and I get to catch some trains. So, win-win. This particular line is a weird piece of railroading history. You'll see I'm wearing my New York Central gear here. Most people, when you think of the breakup of Conrail, you think CSX, Norfolk Southern. You think CSX got what was the Centrals, and Norfolk Southern got what was the Pensies. Mostly that's true. However, there are areas of exception, and I happen to be shooting on one of them. This was the water level route in northern Ohio along Lake Erie, part of which gave rise to the name the water level route. But that particular trackage went to Norfolk Southern, not to CSX. So I was catching Norfolk Southern trains, not CSX, on the old New York Central. I find that Vermilion is a really great place to shoot trains because it's inviting to rail fans. And I love places that are inviting to rail fans. They provide parking and a viewing platform and even maps with areas to get good rail pictures. How many towns do that? So thumbs up, big time, to Vermilion. I will give a lot of details about that later because I want to go, as you know, to the trains. So I have 7 trains to show you today. The first one we're going to get to is a meet on a bridge over the Vermilion River. And just lacking a scanner and not knowing the area, I was just stunned that I could be so lucky as to catch a meet. I will show you that first. Second train, the Nickel Plate Heritage Unit. And at first I was excited, over the top excited. I mean, I was excited, but like over the top excited because I thought, yes, I'm catching the nickel plate on nickel plate trackage. Nope, no siree bob. That was the New York Central trackage, but nonetheless, and get to complete a checklist. Other highlights include the fan-modified Norfolk Southern 1000 with the red, white, and blue nose, since corrected by Norfolk Southern, and caught that one. Look for my notes. Oh yes, Amtrak. Caught an Amtrak train, loaded coal trains. Good stuff. Well, enough of my yakking, to quote Marty DeBurgy. Let's go to the trains. When I arrived at the Vermilion River, I was hoping to see action right away. Oh, did I get it? My goodness. And the action on this line was darn near continuous. What fun. And a twofer. Double your money right off the bat, and really like the fact that the shorter train is in front of the taller train. What a start to the action. And oh my goodness, there's 2 trains. 2. Well, what we'll find on bituminous coal is math is not my strong suit. Heck, not even counting. I said 7 trains, but I bet there are more. So even though I missed 2 trains before I even was able to set up my gear, can you beat that? A meet on a bridge? Perfect. Now I hear something else coming. So we got the bird in the air and we're going to get ready for that one. That was true at the moment, but instead we're going to go right to the nickel plate unit because we know that's what you want to see. That's what I want to see too. Oh, that was terrific. Everybody on that viewing platform and near the viewing platform was really excited to see that heritage unit. It was all rail fans around me, and everyone enjoyed it, even with all that rustling wind. Well, the excitement of seeing the nickel plate leads to a bit of fun. The checklist. And we've already gotten Pennsylvania. You'll recall having seen this on bituminous coal previously. That beautiful unit. So we've got a lump of coal on 8102. And now, yeah, the nickel plate. We've seen that. 8100. Fill the checklist. Yeah. All right, we're up to 3 trains now. 3. Hoo boy. And here comes a fast intermodal. It's got some truck frames on it too, which is interesting. Or if not truck frames, well, they look like truck frames to me. Someone will correct me, I'm sure. Now here comes the nose of that locomotive, specially modified.
I tell you, I like the nose modified like that. I mean, with the 250th anniversary of our nation coming up, and a lot of locomotives being painted in red, white, and blue for that occasion, I kind of think some graffiti artist gave Norfolk Southern a pretty good idea. We can hope, right? And now we get to see another loaded coal train. And oh, do I enjoy seeing loaded coal trains, because the track near me, we don't get to see too many of them. This is a treat. There goes coal train number 5 on the video thus far. And up next, number 6, Amtrak. And it's the only other railroad to operate over these lines. The only other thing we saw on this trip that was not Norfolk Southern. And I believe we're seeing the Floridian. The other possibility was the Lakeshore Limited, but due to the size of the consist, I do believe this is the Floridian. Either one would be really late. But hey, that's to my benefit. No complaint here. Well, that was short enough. I'll show the ground camera view too. And the ground camera, I was too close, but that really gives a sense of the speed that the train was moving at. It really went ripping by. Fun to watch. All right, we've already had one meet. Now we're going to have a near meet, and that means 2 more trains. So let's see, after the Amtrak train we had 6, this will be 7 and 8. Anyhow, Westbound train has auto racks, and then the Eastbound train will have intermodal cargo. don't get up and have a sandwich. I mean, when I said near meat, I meant near meat. As the train moves by, we'll take note of the station there. That station was built by the Lakeshore and Michigan Central in 1882. Now, I understand that this location is not original, but hey, it's still on the line. And in great condition considering its age. Well, one fine intermodal train deserves another, so we're going to show another. This time we'll go back to the Vermilion River. This will be train number 9 on this video. And we can see my launch point. The water level route, over the water and near the water. That's the Vermilion River, and in the background, Lake Erie. And yeah, I did enjoy catching the water tower here. Always do. So according to the FRA, here's some statistics for the line. It, on average, sees 24 trains between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. and another 25 trains 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So your likelihood of seeing trains at this location is pretty much always really good. Amtrak has 4 movements a day on average, and the track speed, 79 miles per hour.
This is Vermilion, Ohio, on the water level route, and A lot of trains come by here, but the great thing is the town of Vermilion has this seating area in a park with lots of nice public parking, real easy, free parking. And they really want people to come here and sit and photograph trains. There's even this map that they've got posted. It's fallen down a bit, but the map is posted to show a variety of sites where you can get good rail photographs. So pretty cool.
There's a sunrise photograph I took of the viewing platform in Vermilion, and you'll notice they spell it with one L, not two. So you have a Vermilion in Indiana, and a Vermilion in Illinois, and a Vermilion River. Another name that gets used an awful lot, surprisingly enough, because it's not like Franklin or Hamilton or that type thing. Anyway, Vermilion, Ohio is located between Toledo at the west and Cleveland at the east on the banks of Lake Erie. On this map, I'll show you the water level route and the nickel plate. The videos I shot were all on the water level route. Only one train came on the nickel plate in all of the time I visited. The viewing platform in Vermilion is south of the track and on the east side of Route 60 at Victory Park. I shot video here and at the Vermilion River, at the boat launch at West River Road. Vermilion is just an inviting town. I mean, I really love a town that has loads of free parking for rail fans. Vermilion has it. And I visited at peak tourist season, and I never struggled to find parking. Didn't have to walk far either. Gotta like this. Check out the vintage map, the original plat of the town. And the clock is a nice touch too. Okay, let's make it an even 10 trains for this video and send you off with a nice eastbound intermodal train. I tell you, I had a really great fun time rail fanning Vermilion, Ohio. I highly recommend it. Next time on Bituminouskole, the action is all CSX. It's another dip into the archives back to July of 25 and 95-degree heat. Video shot in Evansville, Indiana, and Henderson, Kentucky. At Henderson, the trains cross the Ohio River with gorgeous river views. At Evansville's Howell Yard, we saw the roundhouse, train building, and trains that were just passing through. Be sure to catch the next installment of Bituminouskole, and we'll go to the trains.